Ladies who are quite accomplished, what is your experience with dating? Would you prefer staying single? Multiple dudes in a row couldn't handle it. I was making a lot more than them, while younger than them. They were both engineers. I feel like they had this complex of, but I'm really smart and I was told I'd make a lot of money. Why as the younger girl? Thing is, I was dating them because they were smart and successful. I was so hurt when things ended just BC of my success. Their loss. Husband loves it. My experience has been challenging. Most men say they're okay with me being accomplished, then inevitably begin to compete with me however they can. I am not the type to brag about my accomplishments either. I just feel freer to be who I am when I'm single. Until I can find a man who really means it when he says, I'm not intimidated by smart, accomplished women, I'll be fine not dating. When I started making 4 times more than my now ex-boyfriend, who made really good money, he was so upset, mean, and jealous about it. It really made an impression on me. When I was still studying, and broke as fuck, he was pissed that I didn't have enough money. Either way I was doing something wrong. BC there was something wrong with him. Now I have a boyfriend who gives a fuck about me. Men, like my ex, are so insecure. Like, get out of the way. I've got shit to do and enjoy. All he was in my way. I was a VP at a major financial firm for years, now at a smaller firm. The process of dating was brutal, lots of stigma and lots of incompatibility. I've been in a healthy loving relationship for about 3 years now and I couldn't be happier. I definitely took breaks from dating, but I'm glad I never totally gave up. My experience was a man who did not want me leaving town for work. He specifically requested I not take a job that was my dream, and why I went to school, because it would require me to travel. Which was the point. Just ridiculous. 5 years down the toilet on that one. Cheated on me anyway while I was out of town, probably what he thought I would do because he was guilty. I can get more done single. Most men I have come across are uncomfortable with a dominant woman. Maybe dominant isn't even the correct word here. Anyway, something my aunt always told me is, even if you can still do it, ask them to sometimes. I honestly don't have time for that. So yeah, single until I find one to match my energy. It's not that I don't want you, but I don't need you. There seems to be something about being needed they want, which has led me to find lots of narcissists. Tired of it. I have found that most men say they prefer independent women. I have also found that they haven't defined what that means to them. In the end, it meant that they preferred women who were just independent enough. Enough to not ask them for help when they don't feel like giving it, but not so independent that they don't feel like they have an upper hand. When faced with a woman who is genuinely independent, you get to watch them get slowly recoil at that realization. For one, it came out as getting nervous every time I started a crossword puzzle, like he thought that act of occupying my mind was my way of taunting his mental capacity. I really wish they could understand how much more compelling it is to be wanted rather than needed. As long as that is the case, I will remain single and, at my age, I don't expect that to change. My experience has left me either bored to tears or searching for the exit door. It's like there's no middle ground. The constant red flag behavior, the entitlement issues. I've dated firemen, soccer players, guys in the trades, salesmen, a sportscaster who couldn't get over himself and would call to see if I was watching him on TV. Lawyers and doctors. The worst part is they expect me to entertain them. I'm a professional artist, with a MFA, and not a starving one. I own my home outright. I don't expect a man to support me, nor would I want that. At this point I've pretty much given up. Online dating is too much work. Also, being an artist demands a lot of solitude and concentration. So yes, I prefer staying single. Concentrating on myself and my projects is very satisfying. I don't see that changing anytime in the future. I'm content as I am. I specifically feel like there sure are a lot of guys with egos that are disproportionate to the rest of their personality. They want to be better than someone. The fact that I was smarter, worked harder, had more earning potential interfered with their narrative that they were better than other people. This is in part BC. I was dating in a city that has an abundance of top-rate schools and is a med-tech bubble. There's a plethora of well-educated guys with Ivy League egos on every platform. They all have the same profile. We get it, you work at a startup and climb at a gym, and you're used to being the smart one. I went to prestigious school, is not a personality trait. Not sure if I count as quite accomplished, but got my master's degree and was holding managerial level position in a major company everybody heard of in my late 20s. Had really bad experience in early days when I wasn't quite accomplished, but I'm so glad I never lost focus and kept on pursuing my career. For a while I thoroughly enjoyed being single. Dating could be fun and exhausting at the same time, and I was perfectly capable of making myself happy. In the end I met my current partner who is very supportive, emotionally mature and totally happy with doing something he likes but is less financially rewarding. So I'm the main breadwinner and we are both okay with that. Partners inevitably get low-key jealous, don't know how to cope, and end up passive-aggressively taking their perceived inadequacies out on me. Usually it's emotional abuse, gaslighting, negging, picking fights at the worst time, dropping the ball in the support role at the last minute, blame shifting, all the way to more overt stuff. Had a so that shit all over my graduation in front of my family because he, by his own inaction, wasn't graduating. At the moment, I'd rather stay single. My life is very peaceful. I don't think being in a relationship would raise my quality of life right now, and I'm finally confident enough to not settle for less.